Hi, everybody. Happy Monday. I hope everybody's having a blessed day today. I know that I am. Thank you, Jesus. Always on my side, always provides. So, what are we doing today? Today, I have some white rice that's already made. I did it ahead. And over here, have some sofrito and some garlic. These are 2 cans of pink salmon, wild caught. So I'm gonna do the salmon stewed with some tomato sauce, and we're gonna have it with some white rice. Okay, so let me turn on my stove. Let's see if it cooperates. Will you cooperate? I don't think it's gonna cooperate. I'm gonna shut the front one because I only need the back one. All right, so I'm doing it back here because I have to start the stewing process or cook my sauce with some nice seasonings and stuff, because after the sauce is cooked, that's when I'm gonna add the salmon to it. So the first thing I'm gonna do is wait for this to heat up. I'm gonna get a little bit of oil, and I'm just gonna add a little bit on the pan. Okay, that's good. And I'm gonna get out my olives because I'm gonna need some olives, and I'm cooking it back there because I have to clean the fish here, and I'll show you how I clean it. It's really not necessary, but it's how I do it. I remove the little bones and the skin, and I just use the salmon part without the bone and the skin. So that when I say I'm cleaning it out, that's what I'm doing. All right, so we're waiting on this to get a little hot, and I'm gonna grab some salt and some pepper. The ingredients on this is very simple. Very simple, very easy. Okay, so it's getting hotter, I can see it. And the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add my sofrito and my garlic to there. And I'm just gonna give it just a quick little stir fry here. And I'm also gonna add some onions, but I'm not gonna add them right now because I don't want them to cook too much. I just want them to cook a little bit. So do that first. And then after that, I have 2 envelopes of sazon here. I'm not sure if I'm going to use both. I might just use 1.5 because that's what I think I need. And this one is the no salt one. It has no salt because that fish is salty. So we don't want to add too much salt, even though I have the salt here. But yeah. Okay, so I left a little bit right there, and I can use that for another time whenever I want to do another 1.5. I'm going to get a spoon because this one won't fit into my jar of olives, and I don't want this to burn, so I'm going to lower the heat down a little bit. And then we grab a spoon and grab a couple of these olives here. Oops. I'm going to add a little bit of the brine, like about 3 spoons or maybe 4, because this one is a small spoon. So I love to get the peppers on the bottom, but as you can see, they're all sitting there on the bottom. Okay, that's good. That's a good amount of peppers. See, that's good. Always gotta sneak an olive. That's smelling really good. And like I said, don't need a lot of salt. So I'm just gonna add about a little teaspoon. And that's because I want to season the sauce. I'm gonna add some ground black pepper to this. Okay, that's a good amount. Alright, now my tomato sauce. Now this tomato sauce has salt in it, and it also has basil, garlic, and oregano. So I'm getting a little extra here. I think I'm gonna add about a 6-ounce can. Mix this up. Just a little bit more. All right, there we go. So I added about 6 ounces to that. You could see I didn't use the whole can, and the can is 28 ounces. So I would say I used about 6 ounces from that 28. All right, I'm gonna get the cover. Let me get it covered. Okay, this is what I'm gonna separate it in, my fish. So right here, I'm just gonna wait till this comes to a full boil, and then I'm gonna cover it. I'm gonna simmer it for a little bit. I didn't throw a lot of seasonings in there. You saw that because it came with enough. So I'm gonna add some parsley to that, and I'm gonna add a little bit of this sesame ginger crunch, just a little bit. Okay, that's it. Excuse me. Has black little seeds on it. As you can see, this has come to a boil already. Okay, very nice. Easy peasy, guys. Trying to get all the seasonings off here, but I'm just gonna cover this up right now. Don't burn. Okay, now I'm gonna lower the heat because this is too high. I want to put that at a simmer. Let it cook my sauce. Alright guys, so I do want to add some of this sauce in there because I want it to taste, but I'm only going to add it from 1 can. Because like I said, this is salty. And I'm just going to add it from 1 can. Okay, that's good. And this liquid I'm going to throw out. Okay, I'm gonna dump this in right there. Excuse me. All right, this is gonna come to a boil really quick. Just want to leave it there. I wanted to make garbanzos, but I guess I'm gonna make it tomorrow. I'm gonna wash my hands real quick, and I'll show you how I clean it. All right. My hands are clean. Just gonna pat them dry a little bit. Make sure I don't have no soap on my hands. All right, guys. So this is it. See these pieces? Really nice. You could just take the skin off a little bit. Put it on the side there. And over here, this is where the bones are. I mean, these bones are so crispy that you can flatten them right with your fingers. But I don't want to do that. I don't want to leave the bones, and I don't want to leave the skin. I just want nice chunks of salmon, and you flip it over and look. Very easy. All you got to do is pass your finger on it real quick, and that's it. So it comes out nice flakes of fish. I'm not going to try to cut them down too big. I like nice big pieces of salmon. So again, I'm just putting what I don't want on this side. And again, right here, this is where where is it? Okay, I can't find the bones on this one. I'll just remove it here. See if I come with the bones in the middle. All right, great. Beautiful fishes. Look, you can see this is the entire fish. Salmon. Delicious. And it's just in brine. So I'll use that. Look at, see? A nice big chunk of salmon. And it's wild caught. So it's not farm grown. Has every little bit of vitamins that you need. So just open it up. Try not to break it. I'm feeling for bones. I don't feel any bones. So I'll just tear it up into a few pieces like that. And I found the bone right here. But like I said, guys, this is so soft. You can just feed it to your cats. Look, it pulverizes into nothing. Like a little soft paste. The reason why I don't like it is because I don't like to feel the grindy. It's kind of like grindy. So I don't want to feel the grit. That's the word. The grit. Kind of a little bit gritty. The bones. And I don't want that. So I take it out. Take out the bones. No grit. This is a nice piece. And it has a bone right here. As you can see, look at the bone. Again, so soft and so juicy. You can leave it. If I was eating the fish by itself and not in a sauce, then I would just eat the bones. But since I'm putting into the rice, this is a nice piece right here. Trying to find the bone. Okay, the bone is here on the side. Like I said, I just want to remove the skin. The skin has all the mercury from the water, which we do have mercury in our body, but you know, if you don't need to add more, don't add it. That's a nice piece there. I'm not going to get rid of that. This has the skin. Okay, there, I'll leave that there. Beautiful flakes. Okay, I'm going to leave that there. I'm not going to touch that. You get the concept, right, guys? Just wipe it off. And this is very healthy, guys. I mean, healthy salmon. You get your nice omegas from this. And a couple of other vitamins. But yeah, this is great. Didn't I drop it? I don't see it. Alright, so this one, I felt it a little gritty. I didn't know why. And it's because it had a little bone hiding in there. I'm just going to give that to my cat. See if they eat it. Here's another little bone. So, okay, that's good there. So I have this big old chunk. Scrape it up, and I found the bone right here. There you go. Like I said, I'm going to push this to the side, and this I'll give to my cats. And these are the gritty bones right here on the side. Alright, so let's open it up. And now we could remove more skin. Beautiful. Beautiful piece of fish. Look at that gorgeousness. And this is pink Alaskan salmon. From Alaska, guys. You're a nice piece. I'm going to put you. Okay, there. Alright. I'm about done. Just got this little piece right here. Look how nice and flaky that is. Just going to remove, like I said, the skin. I love salmon. This way. When I cook it, it comes out a little dry sometimes. Or when I order it, I think it's not cooked enough. So I'm a little iffy when it comes to salmon. But this, I have no problem with it. Okay. I'm about done. It doesn't have any more gunk, no more slime, just nice pieces of fish. Look, see, it has a couple of little bones, but I don't mind that. It's just a few. I took out the majority. All right, guys, so that's it. Like I said, I'm going to feed this to my cats. I'm sure they'll like it. All right, put it right there. Let me just rinse my hands really quick. No soap. I'm making sure it doesn't smell like soap. Okay, so I'm just going to get that little grimy part out where all the bones and the skin was. Just going to grab that out right here. Okay, and this is the part that I'm going to use for that nice fish. Alright, so dinner's almost done. Let's check on our sauce. I'm going to move this over. I just want to clean up a minute. Hold on, guys. I got sazon all over the place. Alright. Let's see our sauce. Look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful sauce. Now, that sauce is definitely cooked. I'm not going to wait till it gets stiff or anything. I'm just going to add this in right here. Like that. Let me get rid of this pan. See that, guys? It looks gorgeous. Okay, now I said, remember how I said I wanted to add some onions to that? And I do. So I'm not trying to mix this up. You see how I'm shaking it? Because I don't want to break up my pieces of salmon. So I'm just going to cover that up really quick for 1 minute. And I'm going to grab And grab my cutting board, and I'm gonna get a piece of onion that I have here that I want to use. And right here, it's a little purple onion. I think it gives it some pizzazz, some little nice color to it. All right, so let's take the skin off of this baby. Okay, and dinner's almost done. Once I throw this in, it's a done deal. It's gonna be ready really quick. So let's just get this off. All right, so let me throw this out. The skin, I don't need that. And here we go. So all I want to do is make some slices on this. I'm trying to do them real thin because, like I said, I really don't want to cook it. So it's going to be eaten not cooked. Just like heat it up. That's all I want. Okay. I think that's it. I'm just going to add a little bit more. Do it this way. My onion went sideways, so there. All right, now that's good. Just gonna slice it up like that. See, it's already boiling up. I'm just gonna put them on top. I'm not gonna try to move them around. I only have a little bit left, so I might as well just use it. Okay, there we go. I just don't want big slices. I want nice thin slices. All right, I'm getting down to the nub, so there is no more. It's on the nub. Okay, that's it. So, see, I used it all. I didn't want to save that piece. If it's half, I'll save it. But if it's just this little tiny piece, I use it all. All right, so what I want to do is I'm just going to let this sit there for a few minutes until my fish gets nice and warm. Not trying to raise the heat or anything, so I'm going to leave it just like that. I'm going to give it 5 minutes and then I'll be back. Hi everybody, I'm back and dinner's ready. I also decided to open up a little can of green beans, and I added a little bit of salt and some butter. So I also have that, and this is what the fish looks like now. See, all the onions are still on the top. I didn't turn it. I left it a good 5 minutes there, but like I said, I didn't want to really cook the onions. I wanted to have a little bit of crunch. So it's time to serve a plate, and it smells absolutely delicious, guys. So I'm going to take my rice, and I'm just going to open it up. I don't need a pile because I like my salmon right on top of the rice. So look at that beautifulness. Okay, so I got some rice, and let's get some green beans on the side here, because we gotta have a little veggies incorporated in this meal, right guys? So we got that, and now I'm gonna get my fish. Look at those beautiful little flakes, guys. Very healthy and delicious dinner right here. Are you gonna come on the plate? Yes. All right, and that's it. That's my dinner for today. Some stewed salmon with some white rice and green beans. I hope you like my recipe. I hope you make it. I hope your family likes it. And if you do like the recipe, share it with your friends. Give me a like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of my videos. Thank you all for watching. I love you. Have a blessed Monday. Bye-bye. Now look at that. Just look at that deliciousness. Bye, guys.